millennia now, markets and the exchanges that operate through them have been a source of renewal for the nations they serve and the people that live there. Over time, we have grown from neighboring tribes to feudal nations to global economies, with markets pumping hope to government and industry and giving birth to the aspiration of nations.
Greece has the privilege to have a fruitful history, full of accomplishments from the ancient years, but the greatest achievement recently is that we are ready for growth after 8 years of austerity.
Seasons change and cycles turn, in times of crisis and in times of growth, in the lives of people and in economies, and the constant thread running through well-functioning markets in times of turmoil, followed by renewal through our exchanges.
Down 1.7% here, loss of 37 points or so.
This could be the most serious recession in decades.
We have had a delayed response on understanding the influence that the global financial crisis has had across all asset classes.
The Greek financial crisis presented a very important learning moment for all of us. You have to actually make sure that people invest not for the short term, but invest within their means for the long term.
You have to be over-prepared. You really have to think of all the possible issues to the extent possible.
What we saw in 2008 was people pulling back out of South Africa, back into their home markets. That meant a lot of volatility and over time a much lower level of transactions, much lower level of international interest. For me, the top learning about running an exchange in times of crisis is that actually you are at the center of the economy and you have to listen very carefully to what's going on in that ecosystem, ensuring that you are able to provide proper leadership.
At this point of time, the most important is to improve the sensitivity of the ecosystem on the need to help financing innovative startups and SMEs.
Economies that are growing are always more positive spaces for people to come and live, to come and work, to put their energy and their life ambition in.
When the crisis comes, it will always be different from the last one. Hong Kong has always been very resilient, and we have faced a few global financial crises. The major one, of course, was 1987. And since then, we have built a strong infrastructure. We have been able to survive and handle the financial crisis, and we hope to continue to attract a lot of investors and capital to our market.
Greece has performed an impressive program of structural reforms along with macroeconomic policies that they have stabilized the total of the economy. The industries they have worked their cost containment products and programs, and the citizens they have been familiar to financial literacy, making their household economics much more efficient.
Exchanges were here long ago, and we commit to being the future of markets. Sustainable growth will be one of the greatest challenges of the 21st century. We enable sustainable development now, and we live by our principles.
Another aspect is really the corporate social responsibility of an exchange as an important player in the financial sector and how it can lead society into embracing sustainable issues. And that we can require disclosure by corporates, we can introduce requirements of certain sustainable measures.
You have to model the behavior you'd like other people to aspire to. It's also about being brave. It's about saying there is a better world that we should aspire to. Let's aspire to that together.
There is no alternative to working together and using collective power to build a better world.
We have built roads and factories, markets and economies, aspirations and goals. But our job is not done. Let us move forward with hope and push towards that renewed future.